Johns Hopkins University's policy on ICE agents is making some waves on campus. The university telling faculty and students to not intervene with federal agents' operations. But students tonight are calling this a dangerous precedent. WMER2 News' Raven Payne is here now. Raven, university saying anything about the student body's response to this memo?
Yeah, Kelly, a university spokesperson says the memo is to protect staff from possible felony charges from interfering with ICE. But students speaking tonight say they feel unsafe, urging Johns Hopkins to become a sanctuary campus. Johns Hopkins students stood with religious leaders Wednesday night, calling on the university to protect students from ICE. The press conference was organized by the Council on American Islamic Relations, or CAIR. This comes after a memo from the university instructed students and staff not to interfere with ICE agents' operations if they come on campus. Students declined to share their names for safety reasons, but tell me that memo created a chilling effect.
It's terrifying, and you see these echoes of our history reiterated today. So we were just horrified to hear this.
To add on to that, it has basically just told us that the university does not have our backs, that the university is not there to protect us at all, and they've actually made it easier for our vulnerable communities to get arrested or hurt.
However, a university spokesperson says, quote, the federal government has stated it intends to enforce criminal laws regarding interference with federal officials, which could include felony charges, and we want affiliates to avoid the potential risk of individual federal criminal prosecution. A Johns Hopkins staff member who declined to share his name calls on our state legislators to get involved and bar universities from sharing students' personal data with federal agents without a judicial warrant.
I call on Governor Moore, on all Maryland legislators, on President Ron Daniels. Protect our students.
Yes.
Protect their liberty.
Yes.
Protect their privacy.
Yes.
Governor Moore signed an executive order. This is the time to have courage and act.
However, a university spokesperson says the university does not provide information about the immigration status of members of our community unless required by law. Student Clark Dadavi wasn't involved with Wednesday's demonstration, learning about the memo from WMAR2 News.
When I think about how some of my friends could just be prosecuted or without even any type of forewarning, they could just be, people are saying disappeared off the streets. That's really scary for me, especially since I have a lot of friends that aren't originally from the U.S.
But after some more thought, he wanted to give another interview, looking at the situation from the university's perspective.
I'm sure it's a rock and a hard place. We can't completely blame Hopkins for not wanting to interfere, but we also need them to step up in that situation.
Another student left a lasting message for university staff.
To Johns Hopkins University faculty, when your students and children ask you what you did when your community members were being unconstitutionally snatched off your campus and sent to detention camps, will you be proud to say, I did not intervene?
And as of right now, we've heard no reports of ICE agents conducting investigations on Johns Hopkins campus.
All right.